Hi, everyone. Welcome to another week of Sports Ball. It's an exciting week. We've reached the championship round of the NFL playoffs. Hi, everyone. I'm Dan Breen. This is my second grade son, Isaac. Welcome into Sports Ball.
You look very nice today.
That didn't sound planned at all, but thank you. I appreciate it. And you're looking quite nice yourself here. Let me just fix your tie. Beautiful. We're looking good. All the ladies are probably going to be drooling over this guy right now. I'm taken, but he's available as long as you call me first. Anyway, we are starting another week of Sports Ball. We've got some fun sponsors lined up this week. You want to tell us about our sponsors, people who are supporting our show?
Yeah, thanks for all of the partners for supporting our show today. Today's sponsors include Longview Financial Solutions. See Jason Tinklenberg and his team in Sioux Falls for your questions about your financial future, including personal business or estate planning. Learn more on the website at longview-financial.com.
Oh, we're thankful that we got Jason on board. I think Jason can maybe help you. All this money that's going to roll in from sponsorship that goes to you, maybe he can help you know where to put it in some wise area. Hopefully a college fund or a Roth IRA, something not fun like candy and baseball cards.
Yeah.
All right, who else we got sponsoring us?
We're also presented by Van Essen Ag, a company growing its brand in the hazelnut world market. Van Essen Ag has 35 acres of land in Oregon with about 3,700 hazelnut trees ready to produce their first crop next year. Yum.
Yum, that does sound good. Maybe have you eaten hazelnut before?
No.
I haven't either. I wonder what they taste like.
Yeah, maybe you can send us some.
Hey, good. That's a good idea. So maybe Van Essen's, if you want to send us some hazelnuts, we'll eat them on our show before the Super Bowl. It'll be like a Super Bowl snack. And we can tell you how good they are. Okay, who else we got sponsoring us this week?
And finally, we're happy to be sponsored by Deb DeHaan, Mayor of Orange City, Iowa. You won't find a better small city anywhere, and certainly not one as clean.
Dutch clean.
Home to the Dutch heritage, you can find Deb and her husband Denny riding down Main Street each May in the city's annual Tulip Festival. Learn more at orangecityiowa.com.
Wow, so they get a nice ride when they go down the Tulip. Maybe they'll let us ride in it next year if we're really nice to them.
Yeah, maybe more Dutch. We gotta be more Dutch.
Yeah, we're looking a little bit more Men in Black than Dutch tonight. So maybe if we get tailored for some Dutch outfits, maybe they'll let us do that. Hey, we got to talk a little football here. We haven't talked much football yet. So are you ready to jump into it?
Yep.
Okay, let's do it. So ready to talk about last week?
Yes.
Let's just go through these games real quick. Give you one comment or one thought about each game. Let's start Chiefs-Texans.
All right. This one actually was closer than I thought it was going to be. The Texans put it down. Was that an 8-point game? Was it? Not sure in the final score, but it was. I would say for that first half was pretty good game, good defense for the Texans, but the Chiefs hold up.
Okay, a lot of people had some questions about the officiating in this one. I guess we're not going to go there, but bottom line is you go to Arrowhead, and it's really hard to beat Pat Mahomes. So he's got the win. They're moving on. Let's talk about Lions-Commanders, a game that is still causing us a lot of heartache. Give me a thought about that one.
So Commanders are the 30th defense in rushing. They were ready for it against the Lions. They know the Lions like that, and so they take advantage of knowing what the Lions are going to like to play, and then they get really hard on it and get some quite a bit of stops in that game, and turnovers did affect this game.
Yeah, I think it came down to turnovers. The Lions turned the ball over 5 times. You know how many Washington had?
0.
0. Goose egg. You don't turn the ball over in the playoffs, you stand a good chance to win. If you turn the ball over a lot, you're going to lose. And that's what happened. Really disappointing because that's a different Lions team than we saw for most of the year. but that's what it is in the playoffs, and they're going to have to live the entire offseason knowing what could have been in Detroit, but was not. Let's move to the Sunday games. Eagles against the Rams, the Snow Bowl. What did you like about that one?
The Rams, they had that last drive getting pressured with Stafford, and it couldn't find his receiver, Puka Nacua, which led to a loss. But Eagles stood up at home.
Yeah, I think it came down to a couple big plays. Saquon got loose a couple of times for big runs, and that really made the difference in the game. I think when you're playing in cold weather and snowy weather, if you put points on the board, that's a really good thing because points are hard to come by. So some big plays there from Barkley, and that is why they are moving on. Final game of Sunday was the Bills against the Ravens. This one was at Buffalo. What did you see out of that one?
I would say that was a sad ending for the Ravens. He was kind of wide open. It was a great pass. Everything was going well until he drops the ball, and he also fumbled, and I think dropped some catches, a couple of them, and so not a good night for him. But because of him, not a good night for the Ravens as they lose by 2.
Yeah, again, turnovers played a big factor in that one. You look at that 2-point conversion that Mark Andrews dropped. Obviously, that was probably the play of the game, but also Mark Andrews fumbled the ball in the middle of the field at a crucial time in that one too. So he made some big mistakes, but all the Baltimore faithful and their teammates, they're going to wrap their arms around Mark Andrews. They got to take it as a team loss, but a team loss is a loss nonetheless, and the Bills are moving on. And that brings us now to Conference Championship weekend. And we've got some games to discuss here. And we're going to start off by talking about the first game of the day, and that is the Philadelphia Eagles, who are hosting that one. They will host the Commanders, who knocked off the Lions. Tell me some of the things you're looking at in that one, Isaac.
So some of the things I'm looking at is looking at the Commanders right now, seeing 2 road wins, and those are against some good teams, against the Bucks and the Lions. And Lions were the number 1 seed. They knock them off at Ford Field. That is a tough place to play. Let's talk about this Eagles team on the other side. Defense is really good. You've got Saquon Barkley and Jalen Hurts. What do you got about this one?
I think this game could very well be won by defense. And if you look at these two teams, the better defensive team is by far the Eagles. I think the Commanders, they show some vulnerability against the run. And what is it that the Eagles are good at? What is it the Eagles are great at, I should say, and it's the running game. And I think that could be a huge area to exploit. Now, everybody's going to point to Daniels as the guy who's maybe been the darling of the postseason. Has he faced a defense like the Eagles yet? Probably not. And he's got to go into the hostile environment. Now, they've done it before. He's gone there and competed well in the outdoor climate in Washington. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's probably time to make a pick now. You want to be first here? You want to let me know which team you're going to take? Commanders
have looked good the last 2 weeks, but what I gotta say about this Eagles team is they look really good as the number 2 seed. They do look absolutely like a team who could have actually beaten the Lions, I think, but this makes it maybe a little more easier of a pick for me. So I'll go Eagles in this one. But it isn't going to be your typical blowout. This will be a tight game. I mean, it's the last 4 teams. It's got to be kind of a tight game, but this one, I will say, will be in the Eagles' favor at home.
Give me a score.
I'll go 28-21.
Okay. I think that you're right. I think it's going to be a close game. I don't think the Eagles are that much better than Washington. And I didn't think Washington was really much better than Detroit or Tampa Bay. But there's some magic going on right now with this Eagles or with the Commanders team. and it really, really makes me want to pick them. But I'm not going to. I'm going to do it not so fast. I will agree with you. I'm going to take the Eagles to go to the Super Bowl. I think it's going to be a one-possession game. I think it's going to come down to a late score, and maybe the Eagles tack on something away at the end just to make it a little bit bigger of a score difference than it was for most of the game. But I will take the Eagles here. I'm going to take the Eagles by a final score of 27-20, and we'll see if we'll see what happens. But we both got the Eagles going to the Super Bowl representing the NFC.
So that was close to my score.
Yeah.
All right, so that brings us to this AFC battle in the championship to see who will make it to the Super Bowl. We have the Chiefs and the Bills.
Yeah, before I get to breaking this one down from my perspective, what game do you find more interesting between the two?
I will say it will be the Bills versus the Chiefs, but right now, I'm going to say this. The Final Four team, every team has to be good, so there's going to be a lot of good games this week.
Yeah.
There only is 2 games this week. But
yeah. I'm kind of more excited about the NFC game, but this AFC game is a really good game too. And you've got a team that is really, really experienced in these situations. The many straight, I don't know how many in a row that the Chiefs have been to the AFC Championship game, but it's bordering on ridiculous at this point. So you've got a team with a lot of experience against a team who's got some experience, but maybe not as much with the Bills. Certainly a team that's ready to go in there. They've beat the Chiefs once already this year, and I really like that running game for the Bills. I think that could help keep the Chiefs' offense off the field. That they'll get just enough long drives to keep the clock moving. That I think we're looking at a lower score game here. How about you?
I think, it will maybe be a lower scoring game. What I'm going to say about this one is Chiefs, Arrowhead Stadium, tough place to play, but this is the Bills. What I got to say about them is we're always talking about how the Chiefs have won a whole bunch of games, but that one loss was against the Bills.
Mm-hmm.
One loss.
Is history going to repeat itself? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Give me the Bills with a score of 17-7.
17-7. You only got the Chiefs scoring 7
Actually,
points.
I'll go 17-10.
That's still not very many points for the home team to put up.
Nope.
Well, you're going up against Patrick Mahomes and probably the mystique of Taylor Swift. I don't know. And apparently Caitlin Clark is now a fan of the Chiefs. And what that does to the aura of this team, I don't really care, because I'm with you. I'm taking the Bills. I'm taking the road team Bills. And you know what I think? I think the Bills are going to win handily in this one. I just think they have more offense, more threat of a running game with Josh Allen, which I think is going to get the Chiefs trouble. And I will take the Bills in this one 24-13. So we got the same Super Bowl matchup here.
Okay. So we're tied in the year now. So we would have to be tied this week. So that means the Super Bowl is going to depend who wins.
Yeah, so those who are kind of late to the party, Isaac and I have been doing this all year and totaling up. We've picked over 200 games, and I did have a 2-game lead going into last week. Well, with my going 1-3 and his going 3-1, we are completely tied going to conference championships, and we've agreed here. So yeah, we're going to take it right down to the Super Bowl and see who wins.
Yeah. What if we tie? What if we pick the same team in the Super Bowl?
If we pick the same team in the Super Bowl, we are going to determine this by a game of rock, paper, scissors.
Oh, that is so unfair.
You got a better idea? What do you want to do? Play tic-tac-toe?
No.
Dodgeball? What should we do to break the tie?
Dodgeball.
Dodgeball. Okay, we'll record that. A good game of dodgeball. All right, that is who we've got. We are logging in our picks. We're the same this week. All right, that's another week of Sports Ball. We thank you for joining us. We hope you've enjoyed listening to some of our analysis and gotten you excited for Conference Championship Week here. We are going to be back in 2 weeks for the Super Bowl. And we're looking for some sponsors, I guess, again, right? If you sponsored this week, Vanessa Ag or Longview Financial or even Deb DeHaan, if you guys want to sponsor again, awesome. If we got new sponsors, that's awesome. You know, as I think I was using this cup. Look at this, American State Bank. I think American State Bank would be a great sponsor. So Ryan Mulder, if you are watching this, somebody tag Ryan Mulder in this, or John Dykstra, Kim Dykstra. Let's tag them. Maybe they want to sponsor us.
Yeah.
What do you think? Okay. So before we jump out of here, we wanted to give a special shout out to a friend who's going through a difficult time right now. Tell us about it, Isaac.
So one of my friends, he's in my class. He goes to my school, Forrest Murphy. He's going through cancer, and we want him to know we're praying for you, and you're in God's arms, and want you to know you are loved, and we're still praying for you.
Yeah, we got you, Forrest. Okay, you do you. Go through your treatments. We're praying for you, and we got you here on Sports Ball, okay? If you ever want to be a guest on Sports Ball, you just let us know, and we'll find a spot for you. All right, that's it. That's another week. We'll be back in 2 weeks for the Super Bowl. Until then, I'm Dan.
I'm Isaac.
We'll see you then.